How did this painting go from here to here to here? Honestly, I barely believe it myself. It all started when the California Museum reached out. They asked me to create a Dia de los Muertos altar honoring a famous Californian. I chose Helen Favela Chavez, wife of Cesar Chavez. I had no idea where this journey would take me. The first I heard about her in 2016 was after she passed away. Her work ethic struck me. Her dedication to farm workers and their families. The altar felt like a way to help more people learn about her. But what if I got it wrong? What if the portrait offended her family? In the end, I had to let that go. I knew that if I made it with enough love, even if the portrait wasn't perfect, my admiration and respect for her would shine through. I started sketching on my iPad, then projected the design onto a large sheet of watercolor paper, then used masking fluid to preserve the line work. Then came the color. Lately, I've been obsessed with fine tech pearl colors. These shimmering watercolors, it's just bonkers. Look, they're gorgeous. I paired them with my favorite, Dr. Martin's liquid concentrated watercolors. Super rich, super saturated, perfect for working with large amounts of pigment quickly. And cue painting montage. I finished the piece with gold foil because it just needed that extra glow. Beyond the portrait, I made paper flowers, sculpted and cast resin skulls, and gathered small objects to bring the altar to life. Then I packed everything into a U-Haul and drove it up to Sacramento, where I installed it at the California Museum with their incredible caring staff. To honor her further, I wrote a blog post about her work, highlighting her efforts and giving people an opportunity to donate to the United Farm Workers Movement. UFW still fights for farm workers' rights today, so if you can, please donate to their efforts. I also created illustrations to highlight what I admired most about her. She was a warrior. She fed and protected the children of farm workers, and she believed education was the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and exploitation. While the altar was in Sacramento, something surreal happened. Helen's family saw it, and they loved it. They actually reached out to me. I was floored. They were so kind, and their words melted my heart. I was on the phone with Helen's son-in-law, Mr. Richard Guevara, and fourth, I asked if I could donate the painting. They agreed. And just like that, Helen's portrait found a permanent home on a campus dedicated to her. But after setting everything up here, it was time to celebrate. At the event, I got to hear the speech of Consul General Christian Tonatio Gonzalez Jimenez, and I got to meet him too. It was an amazing event, and I really commend the museum for this incredible community experience. I was invited to Helen's third Legacy Breakfast in San Francisco. It was hosted by the MNC. The event honored her life and her work. They're an incredible group of people. Just a few months later, my family and I drove up to San Francisco again. And that leads us to the final home of this portrait, the Helen Favela Chavez Early Learning Campus. So this is the wonderful Sarina Escalante. She's the campus director. She gave us a tour of the beautiful classrooms. And then the unveiling. They painted a wall in Helen's favorite color, and that's where her portrait now hangs. This is wild, I tell you. I took photos with Helen's family, members of the MNC, the San Francisco Assessor Joaquin Torres, and so many incredible people who make this city what it is. And I even got to watch the mayor of San Francisco officially cut the ribbon to open the campus. Oh, and check out this absolute clown in the back. Yes, applause. A very special shout out and thank you to Mr. Guevara for his work, his kindness, for bringing so many of us together. I'm honored to have been a part of this, and I can't wait to see all the young minds who will benefit from walking through those doors. And as always, a very, very special thanks to my patrons. And if you've made it this far, I just want you to know that I'm posting all my art for free on Patreon. You don't have to pay to follow me there. Payment tiers get you extra perks. Just go check it out. Thank you for being here.